Ice Barrier deck is sold. Hi guys, Genesys here. Today we are gonna have another profile. Today we have a nice barrier deck profile that is gonna be not my profile, but a list that one of you give me. The name of the person is Ruler of Ice. You already see this person play the Ice Barrier on the channel. He said me that this deck have a lot of win and a few lose on the ladder. He considered me the list to show you, and I want to start as always to analyze the deck. I want to see that this deck is a low cost engine deck, so the majority of the point that he is gonna spend is on the end trap and board breaker. So let's move to the points card. As always, we are gonna start with the points card that are, in this case, the majority of the non-engine card. We're gonna start with the Ash Blossom. He is running 2 copy of the Ash Blossom. You are not gonna run more than 2 copy of the Ash Blossom in the majority of the deck with the low cost engine because it's so expensive, but is still a good card. 30 points for 2 cards is still a huge investment, but is I don't want to see him necessary, but it's pretty good. Then the necessary cards that requires you the 15 points for the deck is the Droll. You need to run it. You cannot play a low cost engine without the Droll because otherwise you are gonna lose from a lot of deck. Then he play one Ogre for the 3 points. This card got buff from the recent points change. Went from 5 to 3 if I doesn't remember wrong. A solid card. I prefer personally to play the Mourner. Mourner for me now is one of the best card to play. Cost only 3 points. Is pretty solid for a Velar kinda trap end trap. It went from 7 to 3. That was massive. The other points card is Book of Eclipse, is a board breaker, it can set the opponent's board, is not usual as in advanced that the opponent is gonna Ash this card because most of the deck cannot run the Ash Blossom or decided to not running the Ash Blossom for other cards. I think is a really good card in this format. Then he played 3 Foolish Burial Goods. This card give you a lot of consistency because you have a target that is gonna search cards from the deck, and I think is a good amount of point for a searcher. Then he is gonna run in 3 Retaliating Sea. I think he's probably here for the Dracotel matchup. I don't see too many other matchup where you want to run it. Probably only Super Quantum can be another deck, but I don't think you will side it in anyway. I personally don't like it. I prefer with the 15 points remaining to play something like Nib. Is more generic, is more impactful, um, but is a choice. Probably is more for Dracotail matchup that is kind of problematic when you go first. And the last card is the Trishula, is a requirement we can say for the X deck. This card get a huge nerf, went from 3 to 13, but still so cheap engine. You doesn't care about it. Anyway, let's move to the main deck. Um, Now, in the main deck, we are gonna run other entrap that are zero cost, like the DD Crow in one copy. That is good. He can make some play be better for you because he's playing the Changing or the Deep Sea Dawn. But I think he's here only for the reason that against Dracotail or matchup like that is a good card. Probably is better maybe the Meister in this moment, but because only because the Dracotail people in the Genesis doesn't play around Meister, but play more around Bell. That is not so popular. Then we are gonna run one kaiju because it's searchable and is a really good card in general, and nothing to say about it. Then we are gonna play one general that is an engine requirement. Is the main card that give you interruption. No other reason is a brick, but if you draw it, you can discard it for the combo. Then we have the level 5 that is not so good and really good at the same time because this guy is in kind of particular because in some matchups like Runic, Typhoon, or Paleozoic, this card is the game changer card because the continuous effect is that all spell trap sent from the field to the graveyard are banished and is massive against this strategy. But against the other deck is not so good. Have the fact that is pretty good is when this card is summoned, you can search spell trap for the deck. You can summon it if you control an ice barrier and opponent control a monster, but the problem is that this deck is not so good going second, so is still a one copy. You can run it. There is no problem to do it. Then we have the Swordsman, that is the best extender of the deck, one of the strongest continuous effect, probably. I don't want to say the strongest card because it's not a startup. Starter in general are others, but this card is huge. Continuous effect makes the opponent cannot activate monster effect in the graveyard while you have another ice barrier on the field. It can summon itself if you control another ice barrier monster, and on summon can revive another ice barrier. That is huge. Then we have 2 Hexa, that is a starter. You can summon it and with a slow effect send a nice barrier from the deck to the graveyard. You can send the mage and start up the combo like that. The continuous effect is kind of irrelevant. You can have it on the board, but is pretty unusual. Then we have 2 Rangerin, this card is insane. You can discard a water monster and summon itself with a token and already have a synchro 10 on the field. Nothing to say about it. You can be locked in the water, but who cares? All the good effect of this deck locks you in the water. Nothing to say about it. Then we have Mirror Mage. This card is pretty good. You can tribute another effect monster and summon up to 3 token, increase the level of this card to the number of tokens you summon. If it's sent to the graveyard, search a spare trap. No, sorry, Ice Barrier card from deck or banish. The thing that makes this card so good is that tribute any effect monster. So if you are an Retaliating Sea or a Nib, you can use it, then normal summon Mirror Mage, activate effect, and combo with that. Because you can tribute them and play like this. The best starter of the deck is the Revealer. Have a good effect of continuous because the opponent cannot tribute monster. Is good if you are gonna play against a deck like Monarch, because if the opponent misplay and play the idea and summon from the deck or summon the Tessera, you can punish by summoning the Revealer and locks the opponents out. The strongest part is that is a starter by discarding one card and summon an Ice Barrier Tuner from the deck. The other effect is still pretty good. If you are gonna discard a card for an Ice Barrier effect monster, you can banish this card instead, and we are gonna see soon why this effect is so important. Next card is the Speaker. This is an extender. The continuous effect is kinda irrelevant. It can be special summon if the opponent control a monster. Sorry, if you control a monster, an Ice Barrier monster, and you can banish this card from the graveyard. If you control an Ice Barrier, you can summon a token. Pretty good extender. The strongest piece of handboard probably is the Spellbreaker. You can discard a Ice Barrier, and neither player can activate spell until the end of the opponent's next turn, while this monster is face up on the field. This effect is insane. You can banish the Revealer instead of discarding, and is a 2k def, so is pretty easy to defend. Then we have the spells of the deck. We are gonna run one Freezing Chain that you use for Revive as an extender. You will not care about much the other effect probably that make your monster you control unaffected if you control 3 or more Ice Barrier from the opponent extra monster effect that cares a little. This card need to be cost points because it's a search that costs 0 point, that is not once per turn. It's like the Six Samurai Searcher, but that costs 33 points and is limited to a level. This not. I don't know what to say. This card is insane. Then he's playing the Winds Over. This card is also insane. You're not gonna run more than one copy because you're gonna search it during the combo. You can tribute any number of Ice Barrier monster. You can also tribute the token and summon from the deck other Ice Barrier monster with level 4 or lower with different name, and this make you a lot of combo potential and interruption. Also give you a follow-up during the next turn because you can banish and add back a monster that is banished or in the graveyard. Then we have the Small World. This card is a searcher, can search archetype or entrap if you already combo. Nothing to say about it. You need only to remember that you have to bridge one card to another, but it's not so difficult in this deck. Then we have the two targets of Foolish Goods. We have the Ice Barrier that is the search card. That is in the majority of the case we are gonna send. And we have the Breakthrough Skill that is a card that I think is here because you need another target if you draw the barrier, and if you draw it is not too bad. Anyway, you could play cards like the goat, but cost more points and is less valuable for the rest of the deck. Now we are gonna move to the X deck. We are gonna running the solid package of the Ultimate Slayer. So we are gonna run the Garura, the Mirror Logic, and the Malong. This is in the majority of the deck a staple. If you are running the Ultimate Slayer, you are gonna run these three cards in the X deck. Then we are gonna run the Synchro Water package. So we are gonna run two Coral Dragon that helps you to draw one, obviously, and you need it for the combo. And sometimes can happen that you can pop cards on the field like a spell trap in the back row because you doesn't have so much card to interact with them, or you can pop a card like the Retaliating Sea if the opponent summon it on his field. Then we have Prima Donna. This card is here probably only for the effect to make the synchro. You use this card as a tuner, untargetable. You probably never use the other effects unless you draw the Decro or you are playing against some certain matchup that makes you a not a huge board and a banish card that is kinda specific, I guess. Then we play the Gradle, is a synchro, on summon can pop 2, is another card that can pop 2 sets of your opponent, can be summoned only with the Aqua Tuner that are the Angerine and the Mage, is not problematic anyway. Then we are gonna play the Angerine, that is one of the piece of hand board that we play. No reason for not run it. Is so huge, make the board untargetable and undestroyable. No, sorry, for only undestroyable and unbanishable can be target, but if the opponent cannot destroy or banish, you can only shuffle back. That's pretty okay. And if you respond to an opponent's monster, you can banish that card. Then we have the Lancea, the boss monster of the deck, summon from the deck on opponent special summon twice per turn, and can move a monster from attack to death each time. If this card leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, can summon a synchro as barrier from the X deck and is considered a synchro summon, so you can summon the Trishula or the other Trishula. When then we play the Croco, we run it because if we draw only gas with the deck, we can play the regular combo and do the Croco that draws 4 cards, so we can draw into the non-engine and is pretty strong. Changing is here because it's a water. You probably not summon this card so often because the problem is that you doesn't have so many ways to trigger it. So you probably do it during turn 3 where you have for sure a card that triggers the changing because you are gonna have the winds. Or if you draw something like Small World, Diddy Crow, or Breakthrough Skill or Ice Barrier ascended by the Foolish Goods, could be a useful other layer of interruption. Then we have Trishula and Trishula Zero. Trishula Zero can banish only from the field, but banish 3 cards without targeting. And another effect that if this card is destroyed, summon the other 3 Shula, became a 3k and 3, and negate all the opponent's effect monster and Alphys attack. This effect never happens, but there is the possibility that can happen. Then the last card of the X deck is the White Aura Whale. This card is huge when you are going second. Pop all opponent monster in the attack position. Sorry, can make 2 attacks during each battle phase. If this card leaves the field by destroyed from an opponent card or in battle, he can summon itself back and become a tuner, and he does piercing damage, so he's pretty huge for go for the TK. Now the side deck is pretty standard. We can say we are gonna run 5 Spell Trap removal that are 3 Cosmic and 2 Twin, because we don't want to discard too much, so we prefer to play the Cosmic. Then we are gonna running 3 Dark Rune no more and 2 Ultimate Slayer for the board breaking cards. Nothing to say about it, are pretty standard. The less common card is the Aoi, but I think is standard in any water deck that want to go first pass side. This card is an end revealing card that discard 1 from the opponent hand and gives you a lot of information. Also, you can see how many spells the opponent have in the hand, so you can know also how many play can do. Nothing to say about it, is so strong. Anyway guys, if you like the video, please consider to subscribe. If you want to see any other high grade video, let me know in the comment, and see you to the next video.